enero y se renueva el año nuevo. Hey guys, it's Alondra again, back with another video. And for today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a very easy, simple fall tutorial. Very easy. Like I said, I am no makeup expert. I told you guys in my last video, I am no professional. I just go ahead and do my makeup the way I feel that is very easy to me, and I feel like it could be very easy to a lot of beginners out there like myself. I was a big time beginner. I had no idea of what to do with brushes and eyeshadows and how to blend them together and anything, and just as watching YouTube tutorials, I honestly can say I got better and I learned some things, and now I feel like I can share them with you guys. So if you guys want to see how I did this look, please continue watching. And before we do that, make sure to like my video and make sure to share, please, and make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell so you guys get notified every time I post a video. Alrighty, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to start off with is the brows. I always start with the brows first because I feel like it's just what really forms your eye. So after having your eyebrow done, you know kind of where to do your shadows and stuff. Does that make sense? Like, since you have to do your end with your, level it with your eyebrow in a way. I don't know. I guess it's just probably a routine and I have it in my head that it helps me. So I'll go ahead and do that. So now that I got the brows done, I'm gonna go ahead and carve them out, and I'm using the Believe Beauty Concealer. You can find that brand at any Dollar General. Go ahead and just put some all over under the brow. So now that our eyebrows are carved, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more concealer so we can use it as the primer for our eyeshadow. The palette that I'm going to be using, I really need to do something about this hair. The palette that I'm going to be using is the Jacklyn Hill Palette. Excuse the dirtiness, but it still works, okay? Like I said, my kids and stuff, they get into this stuff. Well, the first color that we're going to start off with, I personally like to start off from darker and then go down to the lightest. So what's really calling my name for the fall look is definitely this one. I lost the name sheet of it, and go ahead and tap it. Oh shoot. And then we're going to go ahead and just, okay, I need to do something about this hair. Do I have a clip somewhere? So keep putting it behind my ear. Okay, so back to what I was saying. We're gonna start off with that color and just do it at the end of our eyes. Like I said in the beginning, I like to level it with the end of our brows and just go ahead and dab it down. That way we can get that that pretty sharp color that we're looking for. We don't want it to blur out yet. We want it to be pretty dark out at the end. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other eye. And remember, I am no professional. I just do my makeup for fun. Everything that I learn and know is actually through YouTube as well. So, yeah, I just do my makeup for fun. I am no professional. And it's okay to have this here. We're going to go ahead and clean that out later. Alright, so now that we got that shade down, I'm going to go ahead and get another brush. And now the color that I'm going to be using is the one next to it, which is this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and get some and dab it as well. And with that shade, we're going to go ahead and bring it in. Still on the crease, we are not coming to the lid. We're just going to go ahead and bring it inwards. All the way in, okay? So what we want is for it to be light and just hit the dark at the end. So just go ahead and bring it in and blend it. Go ahead and blend those two colors in together over here. Remember, we don't want to blend it out too much out here. We want that dark color to stay there. So we want to blend it out when we get to the top, to the beginning, but not at the end. All right. That looks perfect to me. So now with a big fluffy brush, we're gonna go ahead and do another lighter shade at the top of these two colors. So go ahead and do this one. And we're gonna dab it off, the excess, and just go ahead and put it on top of these two. Now, if you feel like your dark did go out a little bit, you can always go back and just hit it a few more times. Okay, I have hair everywhere. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Also, a lot of people will use concealer to cut their crease, but honestly, I'm not going to in this video. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it as it is. And go ahead and get yourself a flat brush, and we're gonna go ahead and use a pretty little shimmer shade. And the shimmer shade that I'm going to be using is this one, this beautiful like rose kind of gold look, and it's still very fallish, and it's gonna go perfect. So I'll just go ahead and put it on what is rest of the crease. And I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna clean off our face. We're gonna get a nice damp wipey to wipe this all off. All right, so now that we cleaned our face, we are ready to proceed. We're gonna use today the Babyskin. It's from Maybelline, and it is an instant pore eraser. And I'm gonna go ahead and let that sink in for a little bit. Ajá. Vete con papi, te está hablando papi para que veas la lazada. Te está hablando papi. Ándale, córrele. Y cierra la puerta.
I just added the foundation. Blub, blub, blub.
For my foundation, I really don't bring it all the way up to the eye because I know that I'm gonna have concealer there. So I got that blended out, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the concealer. I'm gonna continue to use my Believe Beauty concealer. It is such a great concealer. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and use my new Fitme Maybelline Matte Poreless. It's the shade 100, which is just translucent. The other one was, I believe, shade 220, the one I used in my first video. And this time I decided to just go with the translucent. So let's go ahead and get some and try it out.
And really, I just set my whole face with this and this part, so nothing new.
Alright, so that's enough setting the face, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the bronzer. Today for the bronzer, I'm going to be using this Cover FX palette that I received a few months back in the BoxyCharm. It is honestly a great bronzer palette. I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and pat some. And I'm using extra today because with my eyes, I want it to be a more full coverage, more like, oh girl, you have makeup on kind of look. Do you know what I mean? On my face. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it out on the edge of my cheek first. I'm just going to go ahead and tap. Tap, tap, tap. And whatever's left, just go ahead and bring it down. And like if you see, I'm swiping back. And at the end, I like to tap it because I want it to be pretty dark here and it fades in. You know what I mean? So we get that natural looking contour. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a little bit on my forehead. Swipe it out. My jawline. And just whatever's left on my nose. I don't really contour my nose. I honestly don't. Too lazy for it. So I just go ahead with whatever is left and just go ahead and put them on my nose, just so it doesn't look too like different compared to my face, you know what I mean? And that's all that I do for the contour. Now for the blush, I'm gonna go ahead and use the blush that is in the same palette. I'm trying to see which one is. This one's the medium deep palette. I guess they have 3 different ones. This one's the medium deep. I'm just gonna go ahead and get very little bit because a little goes a long way. Hoping it doesn't. Yeah, you see. So as you see, I'm barely kind of like dapping it on my face because like I said, a little goes a long way. The first time that I tried this palette, I went hardcore on that blush, and let me tell you, And just with whatever's left, I go ahead and put some a little bit on my forehead and just on my chin as well. And the way that I apply the blush is by giving yourself a nice little smile so you can bust out your little apples. And start off there and just wipe it back for the highlight. The same highlight on this palette. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here. And start at the end as well and bring it in. I'm not a big time, I do like the highlight, don't get me wrong, but I'm not the big let me blind you kind of girl. Just like that natural glow, you know what I mean? Now we're going to go back to our eyes so we can go ahead and do our under eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and get that dark color that we use at the end, same brush, and then just go ahead and bring it down very little bit. We don't want to go all the way in. The other brush, we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the under eye. See, that's the awesome thing about makeup, that with your under eye you can add whatever other color, and I feel like it just gives it a nice burst of color. In a way, it doesn't look bad, you know what I mean? So that's the cool thing about that. You can add whatever color you want and just make it your own. Now with the same brush, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going all the way out under the dark shade. That way it can give it that nice smoky look. Go ahead and get the small tip brush and go ahead and use my highlight again. And I'm going to use that same highlight to put it in the inner corner under the eyebrow. I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. And then we're going to go ahead and put our lipstick so we can call it a look. Now for the lipstick, you can always go ahead and use a dark tone and just have that dark kind of look. Or you can hit it to a more neutral tone. Honestly, it's up to you. The shade that I'm going to be using is my everyday look, and it's the Lolita in the KateVonD. I feel like it's just the perfect shade for me. I haven't found myself a perfect nude color, so this is what I use for my nude. Alright guys, so that was it for today's video. It was just a nice, easy fall kind of look tutorial. So please guys, I ask that you guys go ahead and like my video, share my videos to your friends and family. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, please. I am really trying to grow in this, and I feel like it's honestly gonna go somewhere for me, honestly, like me deep inside. And I know it's not gonna be tomorrow, but I know that if I continue to keep going and really put my effort into these videos and into what I do and be as much as I can like myself in these videos, I honestly feel like I will win you guys over, and you guys are gonna keep wanting to watch my videos somehow. Well, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.